Hi, Lija. Welcome back to another section. Hi, John. Good evening. We'll wait for a few more minutes for your friends to join. All right. John, your portions are completed in school. What is the status now? Can you just put in the chat? Hello. Good evening, friends. Good evening. Triangles. Okay. Fine. How is triangles? It's a bit difficult or easy? Moderate. Okay. So it's a 9th standard, right? So you're first to all these topics, congruency and all. Because it's a little bit, I'm not saying difficult, but if you understand the concept, like it is fine. The continuation is there. Again, the triangles, you will learn about similarity and all in the 10th standard. So it's a continuation. So your basic should be starting from 9th standard, especially when I'm saying about triangles and all. Okay. Yeah. Hi, good evening. Good evening, all. Sriram, good evening. So you all are from Kerala or outside? Is there anyone from outside Kerala? Kerala only. Okay, fine. Hello, good evening. Yeah, all are Kerala, right? Okay. You all are from which place? Good evening, Anjali. Good evening. Niranjana, hi, good evening. Sriram, Akshin. Yeah, we'll start our class. We'll just wait for 1 more minute. Okay. So today we have another chapter for your revision, that is coordinate geometry. Okay. Anvita, hi. So I was just asking your friends, you all are from Kerala or anyone outside Kerala? All are from Kerala only? Yes, okay, Niranjana. So how was the other classes? I'm also from Kerala. Yeah. Now for since I'm working in Manorama Horizon, so I'm staying in Kottayam. I'm basically from Pathanamthitta district. Yeah. So shall we start our classes? So now its time is 6:01. Okay. So rest of your friends, if they join, okay, we'll give the update on that. Oh, you're also from Pathanamthitta. Pathanamthitta from which place? Koni. Okay. Oh, John, you're from Koni. Okay, fine. Anjali, you're from Pathanamthitta? Aramula. Oh, okay. My relative place is there. Aramula. Okay. So now we will come to the topic. Okay. So today we'll be dealing with coordinate geometry. Okay. It's an easy chapter actually. So I think this is the first time you are learning coordinate geometry, right? Have you heard about coordinate geometry? Why this coordinate geometry is needed actually? Any idea? Any idea? Anyone? Why we want this coordinate geometry? Like we have different branches in mathematics. One of the very main important branches, the coordinate geometry. The reason is that if you want to locate the position of a if you want to locate a position of an object or a thing, suppose if you are going by airplane and all, like in the there is a ground station. So there actually they are controlling like where the location of the airplane now. Like for all these aircraft, what I'm saying is that airplanes and all, when we want to locate because it's flying. So where the current position, actually it is a ground station is there. And so many expertise is there and they are watching over it by locating the position of the aircraft at each point or each time, like where it is actually the location they are determining. So for that we need this coordinate geometry. Actually this coordinate geometry gives a it's a very important branch. It's actually gives us the helps us to determine the position of an object. Okay, object can be anything. Okay, now here, as we are in 9th standard, we don't have any application level questions, but we have the basic things to understand. Okay, and this is the overall view or overall summary of the chapter. Okay, so here we have to learn some things, and I have noted over here. So starting with coordinate geometry, we should know what is a Cartesian plane, and we should know what is a coordinate axis. Okay, now the coordinate axis, what I'm saying is that this axis is actually divided into two, that is x-axis and y-axis. Again, the x-axis we have to learn what is how will be the coordinate of the point when it lies on an x-axis. What is the distance of a point from x-axis? Okay, this I'm giving just give the brief description of the entire chapter. We'll go into the each details. Okay, now in coming to y-axis, again we have to learn how the coordinate of a point on a y-axis looks like. Then what is the distance of a point from y-axis? Only these things we should learn. And again, coordinate geometry in this chapter we have to learn. So we have to learn something regarding to coordinate axis and something regarding to quadrants. Okay, now what do you mean by quadrant and all, I'll tell you. Okay, now again the quadrants are divided into four. You might have seen first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So like that, four quadrants are there. This is the overall view of the chapter. Now we'll go into the details. Now we know that what is a coordinate axis. I told you starting with the plane. Actually, if you want to locate a position of a point, we should know in which quadrant, or I'll say in which where it is lying. And I wanted to know where this position is or where that particular point is locating. So for that, to determine the position of an object, actually we need two perpendicular lines. And the two perpendicular line, the horizontal line is called the x-axis. Okay, we need two perpendicular lines like this. Okay, we need two perpendicular. Perpendicular means they are at 90 degree to each other. So with the one that is a horizontal line is called as the x-axis, and the vertical line is called as the y-axis. So you understood what is an x-axis and y-axis? And in this x-axis and y-axis, together we call it as coordinate axis. Okay, axis, if we say x-axis, here the spelling is AXIS. It is singular. And if we take together x-axis and y-axis, this makes a coordinate axis. Okay, coordinate axis. So the symbol, the spelling over here is E. Just remember that. Okay, so if we say just x-axis, y-axis, this the I'm not saying the word simple is coming to me again and again. The letter is actually I, and for the coordinate axis, that means the whole thing, that x-axis plus y-axis together, we take it as what? Coordinate axis. Okay, there the spelling will be E, axis. Okay, now the intersection of this x-axis and y-axis, where it will meet, they will meet at a point. That point is called the origin. So it is actually the starting point. Okay, we can say, we can consider starting point. To the left and to the right we can go, and from the origin we can go move up, we can go down. So the origin is the point where both the x-axis and y-axis meet, and the origin is always represented by 0, 0. Understood? This is a basic idea. Okay, now what I wanted to say from this figure is that now we know what is an x-axis and y-axis. Now, what is the purpose of these 1, 2, 3 over here, and -1, -2, -3 here? And again, you can see on the upper side, you can see 1, 2, 3. In the down side, you can see, bottom side, you can see again -1, -2. Actually, these all are numbers. We need these points to determine the position of an object. Why? Because when I wanted to move from the origin towards the left of it, that means from the left of it, if I move from here, if I'm reaching over here, I can say I'm at point -4. Okay, now if I move some distance 3 up, okay, if I reach over here, now I'm at another position. And this position we should find out where is actually now. So where I'm standing now is this position. The new point is this one, right? Let it be A and let it be B. Now I'm at position B. If somebody wants to locate my position, what information they needed? They need how much we are from the x-axis and how much I am from the y-axis. Both distance I needed. I am this much distance away from this particular point, means the distance will give you how much I am away from x-axis. Or if I'm particularly say, if I am 4 units away from y-axis, means I'm 4 away from it. Like it is some distance will be, the distance means you understand, not like a length only, like we have to move from there, from the origin. So depending on the position of the object, we get different points. Okay, if I say the another position of a point C is over here, this will be another point. So we can locate the position of a point using these coordinate axes. And the point where it is lying, this axis, it is lying in these particular axis, right? So, and this position or the point where it locates is called as the coordinate plane. We say plane. So line, from the line, we have to go to a plane. Understood? So that is actually called coordinate plane. Coordinate plane means the point where it lies. Okay, the plane, it's a plane. So flat surface, you can say. So the plane where it lies is called as the coordinate plane. Understood? Now, the positive, and now you should know what is a positive and negative direction of x-axis and y-axis. Positive direction of x-axis means if I move from origin towards the right side. So as per the figure, my right side is, the right of the origin will be this side, right? And this is considered as the positive direction of x-axis. Positive direction means only the positive values will be taken. +1, +2, +3, +4, right? And the left of the origin is actually makes the negative direction of x-axis, because our x-axis is this horizontal line. So moving to the left of the x-axis, you get the negative direction, and moving to the right of the origin, you get positive direction. Like the same concept you have learned for a number line. You have 0 over here, 1, 2, 3, the same concept. -1, -2. Like if you go from 0 to the right, the numbers will increase, like 1, 2, 3. And if you go to the left, the numbers will decrease, the negative integers, right? The same concept. Extra is that we have now one more line intersecting at origin. Understood? So when we intersect one line, again, I can go up, right? When I move up, the numbers are again positive. So which shows the positive direction of y-axis, positive direction of y-axis. And when we go down, we have a negative direction of y-axis. So we have positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y and negative y. Okay, y means standing straight, okay, and vertically. Now x means it's a falling down, like horizontal line. Understood? Now I will take you to like a puzzle. So you need to fill these branches. Already you know the basic things. Okay. So with that knowledge, we will fill up these branches. Okay. Now, if you want a coordinate geometry, you require what? Two perpendicular line. That is correct. And what is a horizontal line called? What is a horizontal line called? You just have to say what is that horizontal line called? Which is that axis? Which is axis? Yes, x-axis. So my answer over here is x-axis. Okay. Now, x-axis. Now, if I go to the next branch, y-axis is given. So what is actually that? Some clues are there. In that branch, some clues are there. You have to fill the remaining. Okay. Now, what is a y-axis? What is a y-axis? Which is that y-axis line? The vertical line. Yes. The vertical line is called as the y-axis. So that branch is filled now. Now coming to the lower branch, from the fixed point, what if I say the fixed point is an origin, what will be the point, how the origin is located, or how the point origin is represented? Origin 0, right? 0, 0. Now, if I go to the left side of the origin, left side means I get what axis? Is it a positive y-axis or positive x-axis? What is that? If I move left of origin, what I get? Yes, x will be negative, or I can say negative x-axis. Right, and always it is represented by minus x comma 0, because the x values are all negative and the point of the y coordinate will be 0. Now, what the clue is over here? Positive x-axis x comma 0. So for that, what we have to do? We have to move right, moving right. Yeah, good. Now, what happens if I move up? Moving up. If I move up again, what is the answer? Moving up. If you move up, yes, you get a positive y-axis. Positive y-axis. And the point is represented by 0, y. And the clue is there, negative y-axis. So what I have to do? I have to move down, moving down. So you understood? Moving left, moving right, moving up, and moving down. Understood? Yeah. Good. Moving down. Correct answers. So this is how the branch is filled now, right? So this is just a basic to test your knowledge. Okay. These are the basic things. Now we should look into quadrants. What are quadrants actually? I told you we have two axes, like the x-axis and the y-axis. Actually, when they intersect, this is divided into different regions. Okay, and each region is represented by quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. And I told you in each quadrant, now we have to specifically say where in which quadrant our point is located. If I say the point A is over here, I can say point A is in quadrant 1. Now, if I say the point B is in here, I can say the point B is in quadrant 3. Or if I say my third point C is over here, I can say it is in quadrant number 2. So I told you, we have two lines, and that makes divided into 4 parts. That means each will be called by the name quadrant. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. So 2 lines and 4 quadrants. Clear? Now, if I say the D point is over here, you get the D is in a 4th quadrant. This is how the quadrant is formed. Okay, now we have to learn the signs of the coordinates. Actually, what is a coordinate? We have an x coordinate and a y coordinate. Okay, either this x can be positive or negative. We have just seen, right? It will be positive over here. If we go this side, negative x. If I go up, it will be positive. And if I go down, y will be negative. So again, y can also be positive or negative. So in different quadrants, different way it is acting, like the signs will be different. So we should know what are the signs in different quadrants. Now we will start with quadrant 1. What will be the sign in quadrant 1? Anybody? Quadrant 1, what will be the sign? Is it what will be the x and y? If you have a doubt, just have a picture of this quadrant in your mind. Okay, both positive. Yes, correct. Both positive. Because if you go this way, x. So quadrant 1 means this is the shaded region. Okay, this is what color you say, it is some grayish color, right? That grayish color will actually is your quadrant 1. So if you look at there, x values will be always positive and y values always also positive. So in quadrant 1, both are positive. Now, if you go to quadrant 2, what is the signs of the x and y? What is the signs of x and y? Yes, x is negatives because we are moving towards the left side of the origin. And if we are moving up, so the red region is your quadrant number 2. So there you get minus x and plus y. Or you can say minus plus. In some textbook, they are representing only minus plus like that. So specifically we say x negative and y positive. Now coming to the third quadrant, what will be the sign change you have observed? Both will be negative because we are moving this way and we are moving down. So the yellow region is your quadrant number 3. So there we have both as negative, right? Negative x and negative y. Now coming to the fourth quadrant, what will be the change? What will be the sign change? The x we are moving this way, y we are moving down. The green region is only your quadrant 4. So there it will be, yes, positive and negative. Always remember, we'll write first x values, then we will write then y values. Okay, first x value, then we go y value. Because the person who is sleeping, then he will stand. So first what we'll do, we will wake him up, then he will stand up, right? Just remember that way. So first we will write the x values, then we will write the y values. The person who is sleeping is x value. He is in the sleeping position. So we have to wake him up. So that will be the first, your value. That is your first coordinate. First value will be the x value. And waking him up, your y value. You will get the y values. And depending on the quadrant, you have to decide the signs. Understood? Now again, if you want, you can check in this way. Plus first quadrant Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Always have an idea of this picture in your mind. It is very easy. Or otherwise you can start in this way. Plus, okay. Now change the sign of first x. This is x and this is y. First change the sign of x only. Okay. At a time change only the one constant value. Oh, sorry, one variable's sign. So x will change to minus and this will be plus itself. Now we have changed minus. So that means we have changed now x. Now change y sign. Y plus it will become the alternate sign. So from plus it will get minus. And this minus we will be copying here itself because we have changed now y. So here we changed x. Here we have changed y. Now which one we will change? Now we will change the x. Now alternate x, y, x. Now change the x. It will get positive and y you are just copying minus. So this is how also you can just remember if you want. Okay. What I'm saying is that this is a clear-cut picture of the coordinate axis and the quadrants. Okay. This is just for the, like if you want to remember in that way also you can remember. You can cross-check. Okay. Right. Now, next we have to learn what is the very important thing in this chapter is the questions are mainly asked from what is an abscissa, or what is an abscissa, what is an ordinate. You have to find the abscissa, or it may ask in other way also. Okay, so what is an abscissa and ordinate? Actually, when we want to determine the position of an object, I told you we need a coordinate x and y, and this x is actually represent your abscissa value, abscissa, and y means your ordinate. Y is your y coordinate. I can say this is a y coordinate and this is your x coordinate, right? So your x coordinate is your abscissa and your y coordinate is your ordinate. Or I'll give you another simple way to remember. Those people who are absent in your class, you will always represent it by x. So you can remember in that way. Abscissa will be your x coordinate. Okay. And so automatically you can remember the other one. Y coordinate will be your ordinate. This you should not forget. Okay. Absent people, that is AB, absent. Sometimes the teacher will represent the absent as into mark, right? So that into is actually our x. So abscissa is our x coordinate. Okay. And y coordinate will be your ordinate. Okay. Ordinate. So abscissa and ordinate. Now, what is the basic definition of this abscissa and ordinate? Abscissa is actually determines the distance of the point from the y-axis. Okay, what is this x actually? This x doesn't mean that it is a distance from x-axis. Okay, abscissa is your x coordinate, but it is the distance from y-axis. Okay, just opposite. Now, what is your ordinate? It is your y coordinate. This is correct. This is your y coordinate. In your x comma y, x is your abscissa and y is your ordinate. Now, what is the distance? The distance, it is a distance of a point from, since it is y, just take the opposite distance from x-axis. Are you getting the point? Right? Now, what we have to, this figure shows that abscissa means it's a distance from y-axis. So from y-axis, how much I am away from the y-axis, how much I am away from the y-axis will give you the abscissa point. Joel, any doubt? And ordinate means how much I am away from the x-axis. Your x-axis is this one, right? It is in a sleeping position. So from x-axis, how much I am away from the x-axis will give you the ordinate. That this distance is actually ordinate. If I say 3,5, 3 is your abscissa and 5 is your ordinate. That means I am 3 away. This point will be 3,5, the point A. So this much will be, this distance will be 3 and what, sorry, from the y-axis, and 5 means it is from the x-axis. The perpendicular distance will be your ordinate. It is a distance. Okay, distance means I'm away from this much. I'm away 5 units away from x-axis means I have to move up. If I particularly say 5 distance away from the x-axis, the negative direction means I have to move down. Okay, that's why I told you the positive and negative values are very, very important. Okay, just remember that x abscissa means it is an x coordinate. If you get a point x comma y, x is your abscissa and y is your ordinate. Now, what is the real meaning? The definition abscissa means distance from the y-axis and ordinate means distance from the x-axis. Understood? So you got what is an abscissa and ordinate, right? Now we have to see a question, okay, to just get a clear idea. Locate if you can. So now a group of friends have went for a football play, and the positions of these friends of Deepak, Ashok, Arjun, and Deba has been noted, and we have to find where is actually this blue ball, where is this red ball now, where is the yellow ball now, where is the green ball now. Now we have to find the location. So how will you locate it? Now, if I say for this blue ball is for the Deepak, yeah. So Deepak ball, where is the position? Deepak ball's position. Deepak ball's position. Where is the position? Can anybody say? Like we have to locate. First move x-axis, like in the sleeping position. Like you move this way. Okay. So you get -1, -2, -3, -4, and you have to move up. Okay. This is how you have to go. Like first move through the x-axis, then move up. Okay, so to reach the Deepak ball. So Deepak ball is at 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the position over here? This position is actually -4, 4. Have you got it? -4, 4. Yes, correct. So it is -4, 4. Now, what is the position of the yellow ball now? Yellow ball means I have to move x-axis, right? -3, correct. And I have to move down. So -1, -2, -3. So what is the position over here now? -3, -3. So -3, -3. This is actually whose ball? Arjun's ball. Now find the red ball position. That is Ashok ball's position. Ashok ball. Where it will be? 3, 4. Correct. So moving this way, 3. Okay. Just go down. Okay. You get 3 over here and move this way. You get 3 and the perpendicular distance, it will be 4. So you can locate. It is at 3, 4. Red ball is at 3, 4. Now what about the green ball? Deeba's ball. Location or position, anything can be. Deeba's ball. Is it 2, -3 or 3, -3? -3.5. No, don't take the decimal point. It's correct over here only. Don't take the decimal point, okay? Because it is only the particular point. Like here we can show it here only, na. So that ball is actually, it's big up. The ball is big. So what will be the answer? Yes, correct. 2, -3. Moving this way 2 and moving down. So -1, -2, -3. Just count the steps. Okay, 1, 2. Count the x, then count the y. So in order to reach, I reached here, and in order to reach the green ball, I have to move down. So I have to count 1, 2, 3. That means in the negative direction. So 2, -3. Understood? So this is how you get questions. Okay, maybe you get in graph paper like questions only you will be getting in for the examination. Okay, in graph paper different points will be pointed. Sorry, different positions will be shown, and you have to locate the positions of each point. Okay, now shall we go to the next question? Write the value of ordinate of all the points lying on x-axis. Simple. The thing is this: if I have, see the last point of the question, that is, write the value of ordinate, of all the points lying on x-axis. If I have a point on x-axis, all these points, what will be, how I am representing it by a, 0, b, 0, c, 0. That means it is lying on the x-axis. There is no y coordinate. See, a, 0, a0 is your y coordinate, right? If I say b, 0, that is again your y coordinate. And here also it is your y coordinate. So what I can understand from this, the value of ordinate of all points lying on x-axis will be a big 0. The answer will be 0, right? Yes, correct. Now second answer, who will say, write the value of abscissa of all the points lying on y-axis. So all the points lying on y-axis, maybe the downward direction also you can go. This will be 0, -1. Let it be here 0, -2. This point be 0, 1. Let this point be 0, 2. This point, 0, 3. So what can you observe from this? What is the abscissa? The x coordinate. All these x coordinates are 0. So again, the value of abscissa of all the points lying on y-axis will be 0. Lying on y-axis. This is your y-axis, right? So lying on y-axis will be 0. Now, what is the third question answer? Yes, correct. Now, third question answer, find the distance of the point 0, -5 from the origin. Yes, 5. This is your origin, 0, 0. Now, just you just mark 0, -5. Where it will be? 0 is here. That means in the x-axis. Now I have to go -5 in the negative y direction, right? This is my y coordinate. This is my x coordinate. So x is 0 and y -5 means I have to go down. So here, suppose this point, let it be your 0, -5. What will be the distance from the origin? So I have moved 5 units away from the origin, right? From the origin, I have moved 5. So the distance will be 5 units and just mention the direction also. 5 units in the, because it can be positive or negative. So you have to specifically mention 5 units in the negative direction of y-axis. Negative direction of y-axis. So this is the correct way. Okay, 5 units, if you just say 5 units, it's correct, but you have to mention the direction also, because it can be +5 in the positive direction of y-axis, or it can be in the negative direction. So you have to specifically say which is the direction. It is in the negative direction of y-axis. So the teacher also understand that, yeah, the point is locating in 0, -5 in the downward direction, like in the bottom side, right? Okay, now let's move on to the next question. If in coordinates of a point A, 3, -2, signs of both the coordinates are interchanged, then it will lie in which quadrant? That is, if you have a point A, 3, -2, the signs both of them are interchanged means plus will become minus and minus will become plus. So in which quadrant will it lie? Can anybody answer? Second quadrant. Others, what about others' answer? Is it correct? Second quadrant, or is it in the third quadrant? You can try out. Yes, the answer is in the second quadrant, because if I interchange a sign, I get a new point. For example, A dash +3 will become -3. And since there is a -2, if I interchange the sign of that, it will become +2. So now -3 +2 is in which quadrant? That is -x and +y. In which quadrant will be? It will be in the second quadrant. Understood? Now another question, same pattern. B3, 2, if the signs of y coordinate, yes, if the sign of y coordinate is interchanged, Anjali was saying for this question, right? Sign of y coordinate is only interchange. So only y you need to change. So if the y coordinate is only changed means it will become -2. And what about the x? There is no change for that. You get another point, that is 3, -2. So will it lie in fourth quadrant or third quadrant, or is in second quadrant? Which is answer? That plus x and minus y you get. Plus x and minus y in your plus x and minus y. So in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant. Yes, correct. Your answers are correct. Okay, you got? Yes. Yeah, fourth quadrant. Good, good, good. So now we'll move to the next question. Find distances of points C -3, -2 and D, 5, 2 from x-axis and y-axis. So we have a 2 points, C -3, -2 and D, 5, 2. Okay. Now we have to find the distances of these points from x-axis and y-axis. How much it is away from x-axis, how much is away from y-axis. So that you have to find it. So very simple thing is that first I didn't understand this -3. Yes, -3 and -2. What is that? This is your abscissa and this is your ordinate. Understood? So ordinate and abscissa means what? These are showing the distance of the points from x-axis and y-axis, right? So what is abscissa? Your distance. What is actual meaning? Distance from y-axis, right? And your ordinate means it is the distance from x-axis. So you can write now. So what is the distance from x-axis? From x-axis, it will be -2 units, or 2 units in the negative x. 2 units in the negative direction of x-axis. Negative direction of x-axis. And what about -3? From y-axis, how much it is away? 3 units. And since there is a negative sign, we have to mention it is in the negative direction. Or if, remember, if the coordinate is negative, you have to specifically mention. It is always better to mention the direction also, whether it is in the positive or negative direction. So in the negative direction of y-axis. Got it? Yeah, correct. Or you can say 5 points to the right. Yeah, it is better to say in the negative direction of x-axis and negative direction of y-axis, like that. Now, what about the point D, 5, 2? So 5 is actually your abscissa and this is your ordinate. So you can say from x-axis, it will be 2 units in the positive direction of x. Right? Correct, no? And what about the y-axis distance? That is your 5, right? 5 units. 5 units in the positive direction. In the positive direction of y-axis. Yeah. Yeah, your answers are correct. 3 points to the left, 5 points right. Yes. Both on x-axis. What is that? Both on x-axis. Both on x-axis. You are saying about point D, right? You got it, no? Point 5, D52, you got the value, answer correct, right? X-axis and y-axis. X-axis it is 2 units away and y-axis it is 5 units away in the positive direction. Okay. Have you all got? Yeah. We'll see the next question. Find the values of x and y if two ordered pairs x minus 3, x minus 3 comma minus 6 and 4 comma x plus y are equal. Who will find the answer? Fast, start doing. Find the values of x and y. We need to find the values of x and y if two ordered pairs are equal. This is the clue that is getting from the question. If two ordered pairs are equal, just write x minus 3 comma minus 6 and 4 comma x plus y. If these two ordered pairs are equal, that means if the coordinates, now they are written in a coordinate in a different way. Like instead of a single number, they have written it as x minus 3. And here also they have written it as in terms of x and y, x plus y. So we need to find the value of x and y. How will you do? Since they are equal, you can compare the coordinates. How? The x coordinates will be equal. So you will get x minus 3 is equal to 4 or x is equal to 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. You got x is equal to 7. Right? Now you have to compare the y coordinates. See, only x will be equal, y will be equal. Doesn't mean that x minus 3 equal to minus 6. Minus 6, no, that's not the way. Two ordered pairs are equal. That means the similar way, 2 comma 3 is same as x comma y means you can say 2 is x and 3 is y. The same pattern. Okay. Instead of here now a single number, it's a combination of x and y. So here the y coordinate in the first ordered pair. The pair means you understood, no? Something, comma, something. Okay. So this x minus 3 will be equal to 4. You get the value of x. X is equal to 7. And now comparing these y coordinates. That means minus 6 is equal to x plus y. You will get the value of y. How? Already we have found the value of x. Substitute here 7 plus y. Now what is y? Take into this to the other side. Minus 6 minus 7 equal to minus 13. Have you got? So value of x is equal to 7. Value of y equal to minus 13. This is something different type of question. That's why I wanted to make you to show to you. Okay. Something different type. Okay. Similarly, if I say x comma y is same as y comma x, I can compare, right? So your x will be equal to y and y will be equal to x. If they are not equal, we cannot compare. Since it is given in the question, they are equal, you can compare the coordinates. X, the x coordinate of both and the y coordinate of both the pairs you can try. You can make it equal and you can find the values. Okay, got it? Yeah. Now, and the question, indicate the quadrant in which they lie if. So here, you have to indicate the quadrant. That is, no drawings, nothing from the point. It is actually given the ordinate and abscissa. So with the given information, that is with the abscissa given and with the ordinate given, you have to find in which quadrant that point is lying. So we'll start. So generally we know the first point will be your x and second point will be your y, right? So that x will be your abscissa and y will be your ordinate. Remember this. Now make up points for all these 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. How will you find it? First one, second quadrant. Yeah, we will do it. So here, what is your abscissa? So don't write over here 5 comma minus 3 blindly. This is wrong. Okay. So first pick your abscissa value, which is minus 3, and then pick your ordinate value. So you get the point minus 3, 5, and where this minus 3, 5 lies, that is minus x comma plus y. Where it lies? It is in the second quadrant. Actually, your answer is correct. Now, second question, abscissa minus 5. So you can directly write minus 5 and ordinate is minus 3. Now, minus minus, both negative, it will be in the which quadrant? Yes, correct. Third quadrant. Very good. Now, third question, minus 5 comma ordinate is 3. Okay. So minus 5 comma 3 means minus x plus y. Which quadrant? Yes, second quadrant, correct. Good, second quadrant. And the final answer, ordinate 5 and abscissa 3. You will write in 5, 3 or will you write 3 comma 5? Which is the answer? Which is the point? 3 comma 5 is correct because first we have to write the abscissa. This is wrong. Okay. First value you have to write the abscissa, then write the ordinate value. Okay. Now you get 3, 5, which is in the, first quadrant, positive quadrant. First quadrant. Understood? Yes, your answers are correct. Right. So this way also the questions can be asked. Okay. So identify from the abscissa and the ordinate only, you have to find in which quadrant does it lie. Okay. Now we will move to a little bit tougher question. Okay. Identify the shape of the quadrilateral formed by joining the points 1, 1, 6, 1, 4, 5, and 3, 5 on a graph paper. Actually, you don't have to plot it and then draw on a graph paper. This is actually just for your information or for your additional information. I have given you this type question. Okay. So normally the coordinate axis and the points will be given and you need to locate the position. That way the questions will be asked. Then abscissa, ordinate, those questions can be asked. Okay. And this is something exemplar question, like additional question. You can take it in that way. Okay. Now, how will you find it? If given some points, I have to draw it or I have to plot it and find what shape of that quadrilateral. If I join all these points, I'll get some quadrilateral. You have learned about quadrilateral, right? Different quadrilaterals are there. Square, rhombus, kite, then parallelogram, trapezium, different quadrilaterals are there. So once we join all these 4 points are there, 1, 1, 6, 1, 4, 5, 3, 5. Now, if I join all these 4 points, I get some quadrilateral and we need to identify the shape of that quadrilateral. That is a question meaning. Okay, now I'll just start plotting and we will find what we will get. Okay, so first point is 1, 1. So where it will be 1, 1. And you can remember over here, you can check over here, all the points are in the first quadrant. All are positive. 1, 1, 6, 1, 4, 5, 3, 5, all are positive. So it will lie only in the first quadrant. That's why I didn't take the other quadrants. Okay. So 1, 1 means it will come over here. Okay. Now 6, 1 means 6 x-axis and 1 over here. And 4, 5, where it will lie? 4 and 5 means over here. Now the last point 3, 5 means 3 over here and 5, 5, 5. So 3, 5 will be here. Now just try to join this. I'm just marking it as A. This is B. and this is your C, and this is your D. Now join A to B, A to B. Now join A to D, join D to C, join all the points, okay, in a order, C to B. Now what you will get? Can anybody say what is the shape of this quadrilateral which we got now by joining all these points? Can anybody say? Trapezium. John, very good. It is trapezium. Correct. Others, have you got it? Very good. It is trapezium. Trapezium. This is the shape. Here it will be A. This side, both sides are parallel, and the other two sides are non-parallel side. They are not parallel. Okay. This is a slanting side. Same over here. Slanting side. And these two sides are parallel. Parallel means lying in the same way. This is also parallel lines. Okay. They are parallel. And so A, B. So this side you get parallel, and here AB is also parallel. AB is parallel to DC, and the shape is a trapezium. Okay. Nice question, no? Yeah. Have you all got it? Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. This is also something different from your previous questions. In the given figure, ABCD is a rectangle. Okay. A, B, C, D is a rectangle. Okay, you got a rectangle here with length is equal to 6 centimeter. Length means the bigger side. One side will be longer than the other. So automatically this side, AB side will be your 6 centimeter. AB equal to 6 centimeter is equal to CD. Because for a rectangle, we know that opposite sides are equal. AB is equal to CD. Okay, so AB will be equal to CD. Now, and breadth is 3 centimeter. Breadth means this side, 3 centimeter. Okay, so 3 centimeter means it is the distance is given, or I can say breadth, the length is given. Okay, length and distance is same. Like if I say 3 centimeter away from B means it is corresponding to our coordinate axis. We have to convert it into a coordinate point. Like this is actually given a question based on a rectangle, and the lengths of the sides are given. Length is 6 centimeter and breadth is given as 3 centimeter. And one more thing is given. O is the midpoint of AB. O is the midpoint means if I have AB, if I say O is the midpoint, then OA will be equal to OB. If I say this is 4, this will also be 4. If I say this is 3, this will also be 3. So it will cut into 2 equal parts. That is the meaning. O is the midpoint of AB. Now, so what I can say for this AB, the whole length is 6 centimeter. Now, O is the midpoint means what is OB now? 3 centimeter, and AO will also be 3 centimeter. So, OA is equal to OB equal to 3 centimeter. Okay. And BC, I know, equal to AD is equal to 3 centimeter because it is a rectangle. So, the opposite sides are equal. Now, I have to find the coordinate of A, B, C, and D. So this is something like application level question, right? You have to convert these centimeters and all into a corresponding coordinate point in terms of X and Y. How will you find? I know this point A is at 3 centimeter to the left of O. O, I can take it as the origin. So if I am 3 centimeter, so it is corresponding to the what from the distance from y-axis is your abscissa, right? So point A is 3 centimeter left of origin means what? That will give your abscissa, right? So my abscissa is what? -3 because it is to the left, right? Now, what about the y coordinate of this A? The y coordinate will be 0 because it is lying on the x-axis. I have shown the axis also, x dash. It is lying on the x-axis. So the coordinate or y coordinate will be 0. So what is the point A? A point will be -3, 0. Now you can find point B. Point B is right, to the right of the origin. So what is point B? It is at a 3 distance away from y-axis in the positive direction and it is also lying on the x-axis. So the coordinate of y will be 0 because it is not going up or moving down. It's just lying on x-axis. So the y coordinate will be 0. Have you got it? A point and B point? Yeah, 1 unit is equal to 1 centimeter. Yes. Now, what about point C and point D? I know this point B is at 3, 0. Now, I have to move up, right? In order to reach point C, I have to, from B, I have to move up. That means moving up means from x-axis, I have to, waking that I have waken up now a man. So what he will wake up, he will in this standing position. That means I have to move up, right? So in order to reach over here, and C is at a 3 centimeter away from y-axis. See, because it is lying in the same level with B. So the point C is at a 3 centimeter away from y-axis and 3 centimeter away from x-axis. So the point C will be 3, 3. Have you got it? C is 3, 3. Now, if you got C, you can easily find D. D similar way, it is at a 3 centimeter away from the x-axis, but it is at the same level with the A. So A is -3. So just copy the x coordinate of A, that is -3, and it is 3 centimeter away. That means move up. So it will be 3, right? So I got A, B, C, and D. These are something application level questions. Okay, yeah, correct. C 3, 3, D -3, 3. Yes, your answers I'm seeing now. Yeah, correct. Anjali, very good. Keep it up. Yes. So this is how your questions can be asked in something different way. Okay, because actually the lengths are given actually in the question, and you need to convert that into coordinate form. Okay. So this is how the question is asked. So the last two questions are actually, I kept it purposely because you have to explore different types of problems. You just have to come out of the comfort zone and you have to try different types of problems. That's why I just purposely put these two questions. Okay. One is to identify the shape of the quadrilateral. So for attending this question, you should have an idea about the different quadrilateral also. If you know the quadrilateral, different type of quadrilateral only, you will understand how to answer this. Okay, so the quadrilateral, yeah, thinking out of the box. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So that is how you should. So the two things are connected over here. With the understanding quadrilaterals should be there, and plus coordinate geometry. And this question, the last question which we asked was related to the length, that rectangle. Again, is coming to the quadrilateral. Okay, so that whatever you're learning is actually your basic things are learning, right? So don't learn it and just forget it, but keep it in your mind because you need in your higher classes. When you go to the next higher classes or next chapter, maybe the continuation of these things will be there in your next chapter. So whatever you're learning, the basic things, don't forget it. So learn in such a way that you just clear with your concepts, so that if any questions come, you will be able to answer it very simply. Got it? So I told you the main important things we just wind up. So mainly the abscissa ordinate is very important. Then quadrant, which quadrant does it lie? And the points will be given. And you need to, which question? Yeah, a short question. Yeah. Sometimes the graph will be given, different points will be given, and you need to find where the particular point is located. So questions can be asked. Maybe case-based questions also you can expect. Okay. So that is the chapter. We have come to the conclusion. Okay, so hope you are okay with this chapter, right? Any doubt, anyone? Any doubt? Any questions? Any doubt? Anything? No doubt. Okay, okay. You got it? These questions you are exposed to, these questions, this kind of questions, right? So yeah, so about today's session we can end it over here. So tomorrow we have a linear equations in two variable, and we will just see how the linear equation. That's a very simple chapter. Not so many things to remember. Very simple. So only a few things to remember. So we will see in the next class tomorrow at 6 p.m. So thank you for your time. Now you can leave it, and you can have your other things. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye, students. Bye.